And hello everybody, welcome to this evening's stream, Cathedrals Express Part 1 at 9:38 in the morning. We're going to be driving the Flying Scotsman. This is a rail tour from Exeter, St David's to Plymouth. So, without further ado, let's get started. Right, so first of all, let's just get our train, a loco brake on rather, while we get everything else set up. Get this into forward. Just make sure our cylinder cocks are open. They are. The AWS, can't quite remember where that is. I think it's down here somewhere. Behind this Pearson, AWS. There we go. I don't think there's anything else that needs to be switched on as such, from what I can remember. So let's just get in our chair, acknowledge that PPWS. It looks like we can just go actually, so let's release the brakes. Let's just make sure this small ejector is open. Cool, so we're now getting our train pipe reservoir ready. We could make it a bit quicker. That's about it. Right. Okay. I think we can go. So we just need to add a little bit of regulator and get this loco brake off, and hopefully we'll start moving. Yes, we're moving. Cool. Right, so I need to switch off the... close the... I forgot what it's called already. The cylinder cocks is closed. Right, she's starting to chuff along. So here we go. The Flying Scotsman adventure. Now, I don't drive steam often, so prepare for entertainment. Hopefully we'll finish this stream sometime this evening, even if we have to push the steam engine into Plymouth. We'll try our best anyway. Right, let's just put a little bit more regulator on there now. But she's a beautiful machine. I mean, just look at the way these steam engines just kind of glide along. Beautiful. Beautiful. So I'm slowly adding some regulator as we go along. You have to be pretty careful with the old regulator. Don't go mad with it too quickly, otherwise you get a lot of unpleasant noises from the engine and feels like you have to bail out. Right, we've got a red coming up by the looks of it, so I need to be aware of that. We've got a sunflower on. Hello, Mobile Chernobyl. Good evening. Nice to see you. It's looking sweet so far. For the moment. Right, we don't want to build up too much Really, I should be turning this reverser down, but we might have to stop at this light, so I'm just going to leave it up for the moment. Right, as you can tell in these steam engines, vision is pretty poor. Has it gone yellow? Yes, it has. Cool, so we don't have to stop. Right, so we can bring this regulator back up. Acknowledge our TPWS. And I knew I'd get that warning soon. I need to reduce... What's our speed doing? Reduce this to about 25%. Oops. That'll do. So we're off. And we can start introducing a little bit more regulator. Is that closed? Yes, that should be open. That's off. Now I gotta be careful, somehow I mistakenly swapped the brakes over when I was having a bit of a practice go of this the other day, and I thought my brakes weren't working, but it was because I'd swapped over anyway. Hopefully that won't catch me out this evening. Right, so the unfortunate thing is with this Flying Scotsman, or with any of the steam engines really, is visibility from within inside the cab is pretty poor. So we've got another red coming up, so we need to think about reducing our speed a little bit here. Oh, it's gone to yellow, as it would, of course. Right, so yeah. Right, we can get going. Start picking our speed back up. Reverse to mid-gear when at speed to save... Oops, let's get that W8 TPWS. Mobile, reverse to mid-gear when at speed to save steam pressure, but since there is no fuel mechanic, it is a huge problem. Yes. Right, it's just having a quick look outside. I thought my TPWS was going off again then. Wow, amazing. But before I waffle on, mobile, oh no, the snake biters, is it? I don't know if I did something smart of silly yet. I got the free starter pack for TSW6 and then just bought a ton of really good DLC, including the Gospel Line and Bakerloo Line, to fill in West Coast Main Line. There was a really good train Sims sale on. Even managed to pick up Cathcart Circle and the 380 plus the TS Classic West Coast Main Line London to Birmingham. Yeah, you did it absolutely the right thing there. If you weren't too bothered about, picking up the Riviera, I'm sure that'll eventually end up in a sale sometime in the future. It's quite funny you mention the been taking advantage of the sale. I'm playing on Xbox at the moment, so you're watching Xbox gameplay, and but I have upgraded my PC so that I can play Train Sim Classic, because obviously that's not available on console, and also to start rebuilding my entire UK collection that I have here on Xbox on Steam, but I didn't want to go about paying the full price, and this lovely sale just popped up, as you mentioned, which I don't know if it's just ended, but it's ending today anyway. And I've picked up more or less, not everything, but most of my UK collection, because I just play UK routes at the moment. I mean, there's some amazing deals on there. I mean, I noticed the Victoria to Brighton line, I think it's called the commuter line, was only £2.79, I think, which is a giveaway, because that, even though it's an early route, is fantastic, especially if you're a beginner as well. But it's a fantastic route. So I've been doing some tests the last few days with my PC to see, so I can get the best out of the PC and get the best out of the game. It's not like turning your Xbox on and getting straight into it. There's quite a lot of stuff behind the scenes that you have to tweak with your GPU and the settings within the game itself, although they're not that flexible really. I'm still getting the deluxe at the end of this month as well, so thought I'd take advantage of the sale. Absolutely. There may be another discount on the deluxe later on, before the end of the year is out, but you sound a little bit like me, where you just want to get it, you know, and I get that. So I've been busy trying to find the best settings, because with Xbox, Train Sim World sort of like comes ready to go, but in PC World there needs to be, it's meant me messing around with the GPU for a few days, tweaking various things, because I just knew I wasn't getting the same quality as I was out of the Xbox, but I finally got there in the end. Right, we've got a yellow coming up along this beautiful, well, I shouldn't know there's a yellow coming up because I haven't seen it for real. But I've decided to put my signal aspects back on the hood for streams, because I got a bit sloppy trying to be a bit too clever last time. Right, so it stayed on yellow, but excuse me, we need to start braking. Get this down to at least 30. Did I release my regulator? It's gone to yellow, or I haven't seen it. This is what I don't like about knowing what's coming up on the hood, because in real life I haven't seen the yellow signal yet. Still can't see it. Where the hell is it? Oh, I can see it now. Right, so that means I can reintroduce my regulator. Right, this journey will become a little bit more challenging towards once we get just over halfway through the route. We've got quite a bit of a climb, and that's where things will start getting a bit nerve-wracking for me because you know, the last thing I want to do is end up stopping on the climb. I need to keep it going because steam engines are pretty difficult to get going on a hill, so I want to try and avoid that. Right, let's have a look outside as she... Now, this... I think I mentioned in an earlier stream, I'm not particularly really into steam. It's BR Blue I'm a fan of. And so my favourite route is Preston to Carlisle. And I watched some real footage of a steam engine called Blue Peter climbing Shap. And I was in awe. And I thought, well, I know that the Flying Scotsman has got a scenario, well, not a scenario, but is timetabled onto the Preston to Carlisle route. And so I got the, I think it's the East Coast Main Line, which the Flying Scotsman comes with. And so I got it, and I've never been disappointed. This has been really beautifully modelled. Right, let's have a look in chat. So Snakebites, yeah, I got a ton of DLC that wasn't even the full list, so free base game for 6 is fine until the end of this month. Is payday again for me. Bailey Boy, hello there. Hello, David. Hello, I'm saying hello to myself now. Snakebites, probably spend more time tweaking that driving, but that's the way of PC. Yeah, I mean, you know, I kind of don't want to sound like I'm criticising the PC. You know, Xbox is out straight out of the box, and away you go. In some ways, it's been a learning curve. I've quite enjoyed it, learning more about how that side of things work. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of, well, about 3 reasons why I've decided to rebuild my collection in Steam, and it's simply down to the fact that there are more frequent sales, and when the sales are on, they're decent sales. Also, you can take advantage of the mods that the Train Sim World community, you know, create themselves, such as scenario. Well, I know there's some of those things available on the Xbox, but there's a lot more mods, like lighting mods and things for signals and whatever. I think improved signal lighting. So yeah, there's a lot more flexibility, and plus it's an easier way to stream and record videos, which I currently have to do via an Elgato, a capture card with my Xbox, and I'm on my 3rd capture card because the other 2 just packed in on me for some reason. So yeah, but another reason is because there's Train Sim Classic, and I was eager to own where I come from, North Wales. I live along the North Wales coast, and it's not available on Xbox. I mean on Train Sim World either. I think it's something that will come eventually. I'm hoping Just Trains will do it next year, maybe. That'd be really exciting for me, because it would probably be set in BR Blue era. But I'm not bothered about either era, really. Yeah, so I purely just bought Train Sim World. There we go, there's the shot. These steam engines look very steampunk and warm as you go through the tunnels. It's beautiful. I mean, looking in there. Have we got another tunnel coming up? For some reason, let's see now. I thought we were starting to get a bit sluggish. I hadn't reapplied my regulator. Have we got another tunnel coming up? But it was a really nice, kind of atmospheric, very atmospheric. Wow, look at that. I hope nobody suffers from strobing. Wow. That would make a good wallpaper to put round your fireplace, wouldn't it? Or make a replica Flying Scotsman cab around your fireplace. So there we go. Let's have another look from outside. There's another sort of the typical shot we keep seeing in many a screenshot that people have taken. You just see that car crash. Was there a car that crashed? Was there in this game? I didn't see it. Totally blind. Right, we'll just reduce our regulator a bit, because we're just gone into 60 here. In fact, we'll take it right off. Just get in the cab. I think I need to apply a little bit of brake, just to get that edge off. Think I'll Snakebites. Think I'll brave it and go for no hood driving from the start when I drive. Wow. Well, why not? I mean, if you do it from the start, you know, you're just going through one learning curve once rather than building your way towards it, I suppose. I started off with the big hood, the bottom right hand corner of the screen, for probably about 4 months, and then I just found it cumbersome and distracting and a little bit over the top. I mean, everything that's needed is currently on my screen, really. It is one of my ambitions to go hoodless. But I'll probably practice on a route I know really well, and I think that's where the hoodless game comes into, is once you know a route inside out and you can memorize all the speed restrictions and where all the signals are, makes the ability to, you know. But yeah. Snake bites, nothing like jumping in at the deep end. Exactly. Mobile Chernobyl, you just see that car crash. I didn't see the car crash. I've fallen behind with the chat here a bit. Bailey Boy, I like the Steam locos in Train Sim World. Snake Bites, I think Flying Scotsman also layers onto the West Coast Main Line South. Not 100% sure of that, but sure I heard that. I'm not 100% sure about that neither. I know it appears on a few. Dave Closter, hi David, first time stream watcher, hope you're well. Oh, thank you very much, nice to see you Dave, thanks for popping in. Yeah, I'm quite new to streaming. I've made quite a few videos before, but I thought I'd have a go at the streaming, and so that's a learning curve for me, but I'm enjoying it. And really meeting some really nice people in the chat like yourself, and it's been great chatting with people and picking up tips, and yeah, so and I think I provide a bit of entertainment, not necessarily planned entertainment. The entertainment usually forms some form of disaster or mishap. So that's the beauty about being live. I can't stop and go back and re-record. It is what it is. Bailey Boy, the mods are great from the community. Yeah, I believe they are. You know, they in many areas they've made quite significant improvements to various things, which you think Dovetail would do in the first place, but Dovetail have got a time scale to work to and can't spend as much time as many a person who is an enthusiast in the community. And I was listening to one of Matt Pedalston's stream as the executive producer for Train Sim World a few nights ago, and he is a fan of mods. He likes them and he supports them, but they're not something that he obviously uses on his streams or whatever, for obvious reasons. But I mean, that's what makes this game fun, really, is giving fans the freedom to bring their own things to routes and locos and things. And it's the same with Train Sim World, Train Sim Classic. I noticed there's a lot of the modding is even sort of more open and advanced there. As I was saying before, I've bought the where I come from, North Wales coastline on Train Sim Classic, and Holyhead through to Holyhead, and it's a lovely route as it is, as it was released, but it does lack a lot of detail. So I ended up it's available for free. You can get a free upgrade. I think it was modded by Alan Thompson, I think. The guy who just released was it the Manchester route he did? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? At Manchester Airport route. And yeah, it blew me away, the amount of work that's gone into it. I think Tom from Just Trains did a little bit of work on it as well during the final stages. So it's beautiful. And with the Armstrong Powerhouse expansion pack for the rails, it looks even better again. So yeah, great. Snake bites, I like the longer routes sometimes in Train Sim Classic. Yeah, that's the problem with Train Sim World. It's difficult to make long routes. I think the longest we've had for UK routes is the Preston to Carlisle route, and I think that's pushing the limits, really. Simrail is supposed to be hardcore as well, and I think there's a study level train for TSW somewhere. I'm not ready for those yet, though. How am I doing on speed? Yes, we're doing okay at the moment. In fact, I think we're on that climb now. Are we halfway through the route? We're roughly nearing it, aren't we? Let me just see where we are on the... Where is the overview? That's it. So we've, as you can see on the bottom of this graph there, we've got quite a significant climb now. I don't know if those numbers indicate miles. I'm assuming they are. So it's a 2-mile climb. So here we go, guys. I'm just thinking whether I should start closing off the... start bringing up my... Yeah, bringing up my reverser a little bit. Because that can help a little bit. But I think she'll drop to about 30 miles an hour eventually. Going up this hill. My brake is fully off, isn't it? Let's just listen to that sound for a moment. She sounds beautiful even when she's having to work hard. There's still a smoothness to her. Even though she's fighting the hill, it doesn't sound like she's in pain, so to speak, in a living sense. So I'm back on the Riviera Line. I haven't left it since it's been released, really, and reason being is because I think there's a lot of new Train Sim World people about, and this is probably their only route at the moment. And I think they're dipping into, like to see videos on what everything does. So I thought, why not? Let's cater for that, and I thought I'd give this old girl a go. I hope people don't mind me calling her girl or she. Yeah, I'm old school, so it's beautiful. Snake bites, I'm hoping eventually we will have like 10... Right, what's it saying here to me? As you speed up the river, right, I'm getting me warnings, so... where is my reverser? We'll bring it down a bit then. Oh, we're going the wrong way. Is that enough? Oh, look at that. Just look at the lighting on that. Isn't that all nice and cozy? This guy's not doing much, is he? I haven't seen him on the shovel yet. Actually, it's quite good to see an assistant driver, because on some of the train some of these Scotsman stuff, the fireman's missing. Right, how are we doing? Snakebites, I'm hoping eventually we will have like 10 routes all along the West Coast Main Line, all the way from London to Glasgow, just split up so they are all short but can change trains. Yeah, totally agree. Oh dear, speeding here. Just sort this speed out. Alright, that'll do it. I lost my place then, where was I? Yeah, I think eventually it's going to be possible in a sort of mishmashy way of eras or whatever to drive all the way from London. I mean, they're closing the gaps, aren't they? We got this... the one I'm mostly looking forward to, the Just Trains from Crewe to Preston, and then we'll have the Birmingham which I think comes out first, Birmingham to Crewe. So the gaps are being filled in quite quickly now, really. But it will be awesome to drive right through. I do love steam trains, really. It seems like a learning curve on its own, though, driving that. I think, to be honest with you, it looks more intimidating than it actually is. A lot of all these things... a lot of these things in here don't sort of have a major significance on the driving. The main things that are used for the driving with the steam engine. So anybody watching who's a little bit put off, it's just you've got your reverser, you know, as you would in any of your other train, that has separate throttle and brake. And this is in front of me here. This regulator is basically your throttle, and brake here is just the same. Then there's the loco brake, and these two wheels, you know, regulate your pressure. This one will make it work quicker. You always have that one open. The tutorials that come in the training centre are kind of good enough, but sometimes they don't explain everything, and there's a few YouTube videos knocking about. I don't feel qualified to make a guidance video, because I'm only a baby myself. I've only been doing this a year and a couple of months now. But I have made a couple of videos that some people might find helpful, like driving the Class 101. I made a couple of videos on the neutral zones, because people, including myself, were struggling with the neutral zones on the Preston Carlisle route when driving the Class 87. Snake bites, they all look beautiful and hold a certain romance of history to me, and they feel alive as a machine, not like now in modern times. Give him the sack at the next station. Chernobyl, it's telling you to save steam pressure mid-gear at fine at speed. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I think it's a bit... It tells you a bit too soon, you know. Mind you, I do need reminding anyway. What's it set at now anyway? 39. We'll take it down. Going the wrong way. About 25, isn't it? So there, yeah. Yeah, I'm not an expert on the steam, but I got in it the other night and I completely forgotten how you use it at all. So I had to go to the training centre. But it's worth the challenge anyway. Something I did do with it, and I've been meaning to make a video of, was sometimes these steam engines on the main line are... let's get some throttle in. Sometimes these steam engines are... I forgot what I was going to say. It's gone out of my head. They might pop back. What about Chernobyl? They also don't explode in game. No, they don't, no. Snake bites. Hopefully I don't forget the water this time. Yeah, that was it, what I was going to say. I was going to make a video of me driving up Shap, but with what they call a banker, a Class 47 on the rear. She doesn't need extra power to get up shaft. She can do it reasonably comfortably. But I was curious to see what it would be like using a banker and see how much faster she'd get up shaft. So I used the green Class 47, I think, from the... Is it the Somerset line? Minehead one, anyway. And I think we'll just take this up a bit. Oh, we're going the wrong way. Yeah, what I did then as well, I'd started off at, is it Morecambe? And then you drive to Lancaster, so the 47 pull-in, which then points the steam engine towards Shap. So drove up Shap with the steam engine and went to Penrith, and then drove back in the 47 pulling the and it was really good fun, and I think it'd make an interesting video. The only problem is an inability to be able to use the controls, the throttle and brake or whatever in the 47, so I was having to use the drone camera to fly myself over to the rear cab, the 47, and make adjustments to the throttle there. Oh, it was a bit of a weird, quirky way of doing it, but that was the only way I could have control of the rear cab as well as the steam engine. We've dropped as low as 22. I don't remember doing that in the last time I had a go at this. What, Chernobyl, but what happens if I give it some more, I think that's helping a bit, but the driver assist doesn't like it. I'll do what it's telling me then. Does it know I'm going uphill? Steam engines do slip a lot if you accelerate too fast. That's one of the hardest bits. Yeah, one of the routes I haven't got on what's this called on Xbox is the Peak Forest route. I'd stupidly bought the Liverpool Steam one, and anyway, in the sale I bought the Peak Forest, and I was practicing stopping with it. But yeah, I've had a couple of incidents with the wheel spin at the beginning. As I said at the beginning of this video, you have to be really subtle with all the instruments to get it to go if you're in the wet or on a hill. Yeah, I think you're right, Chernobyl. That's what I was thinking. I'm going to whack it back up. We'll just have to bear with the warnings for a bit, because let's have a look from outside. Look at that beautiful countryside. Have I missed the viaducts yet? Have I been over the viaducts? I've been busy chattering away. I hate it when there's trees on the side. They wreck the view. Try this side then. She still sounds good though. It's a shame I hope they do bring some more steam engines in. I know they don't plan on doing a route only for a route era based steam route anymore. But I hope they do. I mean, they brought this in, didn't they, this Flying Scotsman, so, you know, there's a chance, and they brought Thomas the Tank in, so there's a chance we might see some more steam engines despite not having dedicated routes. Chernobyl, what is that high-pitched squeal? You don't have any brakes on you, right? Let's have a look, let's double check, because that can easily happen. That, oh, let me put my, no, that's off. This is fully released. I don't know if we've got any. Yeah, she's picking up speed now anyway. I can feel that she's picking up speed, I think. That's released, that handbrake. Yeah, we're off. Right, let's just drop this a little bit now. Oh, what have I just moved there? Oh, right, wrong way. Right, with a bit of luck, that'll do it. Didn't intend to take it all off, but... Oh, keep going into the shrubs. Why won't it let me go up in the air? Beautiful. I've set it to July. I think it's July, because I was getting fed up, and I've finally sorted out my custom weather, so I've got it all to sunny. So that we can have the summery, picturesque look to the whole journey. But I've noticed with the low sun setting in October time, I mean, we're getting a bit of... I've noticed, like, I don't know if anybody else feels, and it's not my TV, it is calibrated properly, but sometimes a lot of the colours feel a little bit too washed out, especially when the sun is reflecting off not just the rails but the ballast as well. It doesn't seem too bad tonight. I don't know whether it's just setting in October where right. That doesn't sound healthy, does it? Oh shit, I've done it the wrong way. Right, that's helped a bit. Definitely helped a bit. We've just saved her. So the high squid, the squeal, I think it might be just coming off the carriages, I'm not sure. Your good just was wondering why you were so slow. I'd love some steam-lined locomotives like Coronation. Yeah, definitely. I think we'll definitely see them. I mean, you never know. We might see another steam route eventually. Right, we can get this reverser back down again. Is it this way? Yeah. Picking up speed again now. Oh, the mallard, that would be the one, wouldn't it? The mallard. Now that would be, I'm sure that would be a seller. Even with non-steam fans, people would pick that up. Especially, I think what helps pristine, keep itself alive in Train Sim World is with the likes of this, Flying Scotsman popping up in many of the timetables. God, this is so cozy. Beautiful. This guy needs sacking. He's done nothing. There was a woman in here the other night, and she was, filling the coal over. That's the reason why we're going slow, Chernobyl. It's because of it's because we got this guy here. He's doing nothing. He's on strike. Let's have another look outside. We've only got 15 miles left. I don't think we've been over the bridges yet, which obviously looks very awesome. There's a bit of blurring going on there then. Bit of an Xbox thing, that. See it's all blurred out. Right, she's going for it now. Beautiful. Hello in there. So, I'm surprised I haven't been caught out by any signals or speed limits. I've been too busy rabbiting on. Apologies. I'm struggling with this camera tonight with all this furniture on the side of the tracks. I don't think that's rendering through properly. It looks a bit soft. Wow. Have we got something passing? Is it cucumber? Yeah. Oh yeah. I think we've got another one of those coming up shortly. Mobile, a railroad worker on strike in the UK. That's unheard of. Yeah, look, that's not rendering properly. Yeah, Britain was on strike with everything during the 70s, and particularly the 70s when unions were strong. The unions don't really have any strength, or plus a lot of our industry's gone as well, where the unions had a lot more strength in having control over things. It's mostly the public sector that goes on strike these days. They've still got a strong union behind them. Right, let's release this regulator. We've got 13 miles to go. Super Sprinter, seen the moon tonight. It's massive and bright. I haven't, no. I haven't stopped all day, and I came in and I made tea for myself and the dogs, and by the time I'd set all this up and ready to go, I've just looked outside and it's dark. So I'll pop out when the dogs need to go and get some fresh air and have a little look. Is it a harvester moon then, is it, when it's big and bright? I don't know anything about astronomy. I just know that it was a Nazi scientist who, von Braun, who invented the Saturn V rocket that took man to the moon. I find it a little bit funny, really, that it was a German Nazi scientist who actually got us to the moon, not the Americans, really. There was a scramble, wasn't there, during the end of World War II for Russia and America to get as many scientists as they possibly could, so that they could advance themselves. And von Braun was obviously a good catch for the Americans. He invented the V2 rocket, didn't he? It's the closest Super Sprinter. It's closest to Earth and a full moon. Right. I'll have to go and have a look. I do find the moon fascinating. I'm not the best of flyers, to be honest, but I'll never be able to afford to. But and I would be frightened for the entire journey. But I'd love to be able to fly around the moon, or at least the Earth. You know, a proper orbit, not these silly little capsules they've just made that they don't even touch the. Oh look, we've missed the nice shot. Yeah, these little capsules they keep sending up. What's his name, Mr. Amazon? Not my. That's just not worth it, is it? Just on the fringe. I mean, even the space shuttle didn't even go into proper space. It only kind of sat. Was it just below or just over the atmosphere? Which gives weight to a lot of the conspiracists who don't believe we went to the moon because of the Van Allen belt. But I won't get into any of that. I think we did go the moon because someday's going to go back there and it'll all be revealed. So Americans going to have a lot of egg on their face if they hadn't. But it's interesting though, watching and hearing different people's theories on it all. Super Sprinter, closest to Earth and it's a full moon. Yes, only cost. Googled it all. We're locked in. Nobody been the moon ever. You know, there's lots of strong evidence there in both cases. I think. Oh, what was that? Was that the Voyager just passing by? I was going to say steaming by. That wouldn't be accurate, would it? Yeah, there's some odd things. There's a camera shot of I forgot what they call it, but the moon lander taking off. And I used to be a videographer, and I know even by today's standards, it's difficult to get a camera to precisely track a moving object, and this camera was a remote control camera left on the moon, which then it tilted up as the moon lander took off without mucking the shot up, and I find that a bit odd. Even doing it manually is not easy. Tracking things with a camera is not easy. Oh, we've just missed another viaduct. There we go. Wow, we just got it. Hey. There's a bit of blurring going on tonight. Oops. Let's get our regulator back on. Space shuttle did occasionally go deeper into space, did it? I'm not, as I say, I'm not a full space person. I know more about Doctor Who in terms of space travel because I'm a classic Doctor Who fan. But that's good to hear that it did reach out a little bit further than she did most of the time. Now, why are we braking? Because we're going downhill. Have I put my brake on? Getting a bit nervous. Right, we're back on track. We're picking up speed again, which we need because we're going uphill. Chernobyl, London, Manchester, the moon, where they land, and not my department, Dr. Vaughan Braun, I guess. Yeah. Super Sprinter, moon landing was funny. They filmed the landing and takeoff. The hoop before and after. This is it. The dial to the right of the speed is pinned and going crazy. Don't know what that means though. Let's just have a look. The dial to the right of the speed, which is that one. Yeah, that's normal. It's normal in my world anyway. No, I think that is meant to be going like that. It's just the way these gauges react sometimes to various whatever giving it input. Oops, we're going over speed. So it's dropped down now. That's obviously the regulator. I need to get some brake on rapidly. We're a runaway train here. Like for some reason. This is what happened to me when I was trying this out the other day. It flips over to the on my controller to the loco brake. Right, let's get that off. Oh no, it's not working again now. It's weird. Anyway. Yeah, so that's got something to do with as you notice, it's gone to 0 now. It's obviously to do with my regulator. So it's the steam pressure, isn't it? If I'm correct. Right, we're nearing the end. What we don't want to do is spad this. I'm running on time at the moment as well, so we've got time to play with as we come into the station, if I can remember how to stop it. Gosh. Oh, I haven't been keeping an eye on the speed limit, have I? Right, we've got one more. Sea. Is this the sea or a river? We've got the road there. Beautiful. We've got HST parked in the maintenance yard there. It's nice seeing all the other stuff layer in. Right, don't need to go slow too soon. So we'll add a little bit more throttle in. So that needle's yeah, I mean that's right. If it's on, is it saying 200 there? Yeah. As long as it's hovering over there, we're okay. AWS. Right, we've got a mile to go. Still need some power though, because we are climbing. I tell you what, the lighting looks a lot better driving in summertime. It was looking very washed out in autumn. I'm not happy about this blurring though the Xbox is creating on. Right, let's get the regulator off. Oh, look, I'm speeding, everyone. Right, I need to open this as well because I need to release my brakes a lot quicker. If you need to release your brakes more quickly, you can use this larger one. And I'm going to return this to... oops, wrong way. Right, near disaster there. Right, I need to get outside to see what I'm doing. So this is what the real guys would do, wouldn't they? They'd shove their head out of here. Brought her to a stop too soon. Having such a long nose is so difficult to... just give her a little bit of a puff. That'll do. Quite pleased with that, even though it nearly turned into a disaster. Right, need to get back in the cab here. Let's get that straight brake on. We can leave that in forward, but we need to close, open rather, the cylinder. And we'll, where's the brake? Okay. Let's open the doors. That's not opening the doors, is it? That's messing around. Let's... Can't find the button for the doors. Right. Let's have a look at the people getting off. Well, I think they've survived anyway. So, there we go. Let's have a pick up a shot. Apparently, Comet Atlas is going to hit us November, even though it's a 1.6 astronomical units away. The sun's less than 1 away. Wow. Keep hearing about various comets hitting the Earth. I mean, they do every day, don't they? Asteroids or whatever, but they all explode before they reach the ground, I think, if I'm right. You can correct me on that one. But, you know, the end of the world comets or whatever, we hear of quite regularly. But yeah, I have a feeling that's going to be... I think that's why there's no other intelligent life, because other intelligent life on other planets never gets to get into that, you know, supernova type travel, because they end up either killing themselves or their world has been destroyed by a natural asteroid disaster, or, you know, their sun is baking their planet to death. Right, now then, what I'm going to do is... Oh, we haven't finished that scenario. We need to lock the doors. Which is that one, isn't it? Yep. So there we go. There's the Flying Scotsman, everybody. Buy it. I don't work for Dovetail. But I highly recommend it. Buy it, buy it, buy it. You've just missed out in the steam. I thought I'd locked the doors. Left door's locked. Had I opened the right doors or something? Yeah, I don't know what this blurring business is. I've locked the doors. Why is it telling me to lock the doors? Left doors locked. Is this some kind of glitch? Left doors locked. Right, I can't finish the scenario. Oh, anyway, I don't know what's going on. I must have been doing something stupid and silly, as I do from time to time. Yeah, so there we go. Let's just have a look. Super Sprinter Mobile. There was a train with the fireman in the middle, but they kept fainting, so that the thing never took off. I forget what the loco was called now, though. It was British. The moment they invent nuclear power, all the aliens just end themselves. Scary to think aliens are worse than humans. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Right. So, shall I do another one? My challenge for tonight was to get the Scotsman to Plymouth reasonably successfully. Apart from some speeding, I think I did okay. So, return to timetable. So I think I'm up for another half-hour kind of journey. Doesn't have to be on the Riviera Line. There was a good shout out by Chernobyl and someone else who was in the chat the other night. Said about driving the Voyager on the Manchester airport route, which was interesting. I'm not a big fan of the Voyager though. Anyway, so you can't see all my routes here. Ignore the foreign ones. But have a think. I quite fancy just taking it easy with maybe the West Coast Main Line with either the Pendolino or the I've forgotten the name of it now. The 350. From Milton Keynes to London, if anybody fancies that. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let the dogs out to go to the toilet, and I just need to do similar. Have a think and have a suggestion. I did the HST. I don't mind doing it again, but I don't want to do it again on this line. We could do it on one of the other lines, but to be honest, I've never felt that the lines it originated from kind of did it any justice, really. But anyway, I'll let you have a think. I'm just going to be a moment with the dogs, and I'll be right back, 2 or 3 minutes. And I'm finally back. Right, so I've just had a quick look. So yeah, I did the who mentioned the HST? Yeah, Lee. I did it in my previous stream, so I'm gonna give that one a miss, but I'll definitely be giving it another whirl again. And some Chernobyl, I think, mentioned a scenario. Yeah, scenario. I'm definitely going to do another scenario. I'm going to record one though. I did do one recently, recorded, and I uploaded it as it was because some of it was a bit of a disaster. So what I don't want to do is get tied into a scenario tonight. Not something I've done live. It'd be certainly interesting. Maybe I'll look at doing a scenario as one of my streams in the near future, though, as a challenge. That'd be a new challenge for me. So, what should we go with? Cross City Line in a 47. Right, Cross City. Which is the Cross City Line? What is it? Has it got another name? Have I got it here? Is it known by another name? Is that the Birmingham one? Or Gatwick Express route? Birmingham. Oh, the Birmingham one will be... Let's go to Birmingham then. And shall we do out in the let's have a look. I've lost myself. Cross City Line in a 47. Let's have a look. Right, the 47 isn't there. Is it timetabled in, or is it in the other? No. I could do it in the 37. I mean, what's on that? Wow, they're an hour long. Maybe something a little bit shorter. What else did you say? Oh, Gatwick Express route. Which is the Gatwick Express one? Have I got that? See, Gatwick Express doesn't ring a bell with me. As I say, I've got most, if not all. Anybody want to shout one? Just don't choose West Somerset Railway. That's my most disliked route. And the West Cornwall, I don't like neither. Those two there are horrible. Right. Right, what I'm going to do then, because I can't find this Gatwick route super sprinter. What I'll do then, was joking about the 47, made it all my own. I was thinking, did you want me to do it free roam or whatever? But it's nice to just do a timetable one, wouldn't it? I'll tell you what, I fancy a bit of relaxing speed. I feel let's do the West Coast Main Line, and let's do the Pendolino. We'll do it from Milton Keynes, and we'll do one we haven't done. Manchester Piccadilly, at 9 o'clock in morning. Operate part of this cross-city passenger service from Milton Keynes. We need at least one stop though, don't we? Just to challenge myself slightly. Because those 35-minute ones sound like they haven't got a stop. Let's just do that one. London Brighton is route. Right. London Brighton, yeah. Okay. Let's do that. There's a good chance I might spad on there. This was the London commuter one you're on about, isn't it? The London to Brighton one. Have I gone in the wrong one here? I have, haven't I? I mean, these are about an hour long, but sod it. London Victoria to Brighton. Gatwick Express from London Victoria to Brighton. So, we're going to go on one of the old routes. Custom weather. Let's stick it in July and have a bit of sunshine with these dreary... Class 66. That's the shed, isn't it? We'll do some freight. We haven't done any freight, have we? Oh, this is night time. Is it night time? No, it is day. I can see day just over there. Right, okay, so let's sort out our safety systems wherever they are. DSD, normal. Vigilance, normal. AWS, isolated. And is that anything to do with us? No. Is that normal there? I think that is everything. I don't think there are any sneaky little switches that have been switched off in the engine room or anything like that, as they sometimes do, like in the Pendolino in the 87. But it's nice to go into the engine room, isn't it, in the 87. Let's get that into forward. Right, let's get our doors open. Which side is our platform on? It's on the right side. And we needed to sort out our lights, don't we? So, they run in. What's that one? Tails. I think we're sorted with anything. Is there anything I've missed, anybody? Let's just have a quick look outside. There we go. That's what we're driving. They're quite long, these commuter trains. As you can see, we're whoppingly long. Wow. My God. Goes on forever. Let's get back in the cab. We're departing at 9:14. what is our schedule? We've got Gatwick Airport and Brighton, so we've just got the 2 stops. We're going to lock the doors, and this is combined throttle and brake, isn't it? So we've got an exit speed of 20 mile an hour, so if any of you I think the sale may have finished, but this is £2.79 this on Steam at the moment, or was. So if you didn't have it already, this was certainly one worth bagging, even if you're not into commuter trains. Because I'm not really a commuter fan. But this one I quite like because the stops are not too frequent. I don't like... I like driving the tube. I think that's really cool in this game. It's a shame they haven't done any more routes for the tube. But... you know, so you expect to stop every 2 minutes on the tube. But it's not my cup of tea for driving trains. That's an old power station, isn't it, right in front of us now? Which I think is now a art gallery, if I can remember correctly. Commuter needs some freight. Yeah, do you know what? I've never looked or noticed or thought about that part of it. I've not even seen freight as AI traffic, actually. Come to think of it on here. I'll have to have a look in the menu when I finished, if I remember, to see if there's the obligatory 66. Getting tired of that 66. It's about time they brought in one of the new diesels that's been... is it that Class 91? And there's a Class 99? I don't know why this route appeals to me, really, because I've never travelled on it. I have been to Brighton, though, which was an eye-opener to me, because being a northerner, the nearest sort of similar place is Blackpool, which is a total different contrast to Brighton. Poor Blackpool is in a bit of a mess now, sadly. Blackpool Pleasure Beach has diminished somewhat in some ways. In fact, I believe all the even Alton Towers and all these theme parks have been struggling. I think since COVID everybody has become hermits, including myself. But it was an eye-opener to me because Brighton is obviously quite an affluent place. It's got plenty of money, which is not many of us have got here up in the north. And I remember people were just casually drinking champagne as their main form of drink. 100 plus whatever it was a bottle. So it just felt out of place. Nevertheless, it was an interesting place to be. The only reason I'd gone there was because my late wife had booked us to go there because there was a Doctor Who exhibition on at the on the pier there. But it was of the new series. I did like the new series, but it's just got a bit silly the last few years. It's kind of lost its way. Right, I don't know where I am with my brakes here. Right, there we are. Now, there's a sneaky drop to 40 miles an hour, not far away. I love it when, you know, when you're... What's good about this route as well, you've got traffic, you know, either side of you in motion, which kind of makes you feel a bit dizzy. And it flows quite well without not much judder, if any. I've lost chat. Yeah, look, we're already speeding. Get that off. I love near Sutton Station, if you're stopping there. Is that on this route, is it? We're just doing Gatwick and I don't know where it is on the route, to be honest with you. If we were to do a special stop for you, you'd have to give me 2 miles notice from it. That's something I'm terrible at, is remembering station names and where they are and in what order they're in. Not much freight runs. 33s used to do freight on the route. Oh, right. Wow, 33. Let's get some throttle down. Everyone was telling me, snake bites, everyone was telling me Sutton branch doesn't exist, but it's literally on one of the passenger services for the route, so must be. You could tell me that there's a station called Timbuktu on this route, and I'd believe you. I don't know anything about this route other than it's nice to drive, and I've been to Brighton and London. Stupidly, when I was driving back home from Brighton, went via using the M25. That was... I'm not a big, heavy motorway experienced driver, and that was stressful, that was. So if I went to Brighton again, I would go by train. Everyone was, snake bites, everyone was telling me, oh yeah, I've read that one, haven't I? There we go. Right. Let's have a look from outside. There she is. So as you can hear, obviously much louder on the outside. She's, unlike the diesels, she's very well insulated. Ooh, there's a nice little bit of a tilt there. Yeah, what I like about this route, I think it's good for beginners learning stopping. If you do one of the runs that's got regular stops on it, the trains are quite easy to drive. They're not intimidating. You know, considering it's an old route, it still holds up quite well, I think. And performs really well. And it's also good for the signals, you know, without knowing what the aspect's coming up. This is where I ended up learning how to drive without the aspects on the hood for the signals. Right, we got a yellow in front of us, a single yellow, so we're potentially stopping. I need to get this down to just below 40. Right, let's hope that we're not at a bugged red signal, which sometimes occurs. When I first started playing this, I must have sat at a red signal for about 15, 20 minutes, half an hour, or whatever it was. And it was just bugged, that timetable was just bugged. But you can delete a train anyway. Maybe it was this train we needed, perhaps this is crossing over or something. Let's have a look on the double check here. So we're there. Right, I see. We've got something in at the station. They're leaving now though. So we should get a yellow at least in a moment. Oh, I just wasn't looking at the signal then. I was daydreaming. This is why I wouldn't make a train driver. Oh dear, just be daydreaming. Now this is something I don't pay too much attention to. So we've got 12 coaches altogether. And these are things I should be making note of so that I know where my stopping places are on the platforms. Something else I don't do as well, I know the British Ace is quite faithful in following exact procedure and protocol, doing the brake test just after you've started off. That's something I don't do. But I mean, you could take it to another level anyway, couldn't you? You know, I think a driver actually literally walks around the inside and exterior of a train before departing. Right, we've got 45 coming up. Totally, I think I said in the last stream, the British Ace, he drives without a hood. Which is pretty amazing because I think he was saying, I was watching one of his recent videos, sort of like an intro for people who are coming new into Train Sim World, and I think he's been playing for at least 10 years, which he deemed as not being very long compared to a large number of Train Sim World people who've been playing Train Sim World or Train Sim Classic for some time. But being able to drive without the hood, it's my ambition, yeah. There's some really good streamers out there, actually. Like Cover Train Sim World. Quite a mix of and variety. Oops. Oh, we're going up speed now anyway. How long to the airport? 15 miles. Banking into that station. Don't attempt my fate here in saying it's the easiest train to drive in this game. So I have spadded on this route. But I feel like this is the easiest train to drive as combined throttle and brake. It hasn't got any quirks. The controller works well with it because I play on controller, and some trains can feel a bit weird on the controller. You can't feel your way through the notches the same as some of the others, which kind of throws you, which is not good with combined throttle and brake. It's the first time I've heard the AWS go off. Or was that DSD? Right, we're really getting close to the max speed limit. What is the max speed? 110, eh? Wow. Now, I knew the 350s can do 110. I find it quite shocking that these units and the 350 on the Milton Keynes Euston line that can do 110 miles an hour. You know, it's only just short of the Pendolino by 15 miles an hour. But I do believe the Pendolino can go a lot faster than 125. It's just that the rails are not a railway system that it operates on are not built for that speed. They're antiquated, I suppose, to put it in a word. I think it might, I'm not sure, someone correct me in chat if you know, but I think the Pendolino does something like 140 miles an hour. I'd be interested to know if someone's got Google open there, find out what's the top recorded speed for the Pendolino. Oh yeah, I've gone into emergency. I must have the DSD must have gone off while I was outside. Or I've gone over an AWS and I've not heard it. I didn't spad anyway. Right, let's just hope you can just pull out of this without having to do any resets. Oh dear. That's the trouble with doing outside shots. Right. I only just recently learned out about these particular signals with the diagonal, looks like the national speed limit sign, which I have found quite handy. Sorry peeps, for some reason my chat had locked up, so I've been missing your chat. I don't know how far back it is. Right, apologies for not keeping up with everybody's chat, but I must have paused it or something. I don't know how far back. And if I look at it too much, we're going to end up spadding or something. I noticed this route is pretty complicated, really, looking at all the different passenger services. Yeah, in that sense it is. It'd be nice if Super Sprinter Doctor Who went a bit too woke for me about 20 years ago. Yeah, it's sad. See, during the classic era, you just went on a half-hour space adventure to fight the monsters, the Daleks, wherever, and that was it. But now it's become kind of into deep, you know, important issues, but really deep issues that shouldn't be in an entertainment program, really. It should just be what it is, which is a space program where the Doctor goes and saves the world. Anyway, Lee Grant, it would be nice if TTG let us have routes for free for a limited time. Yeah, I think with this free starter pack thing, they could at least give one free route, one of the old ones. But saying that, they probably don't want to give out an older route. But there definitely needs to be more fairer sales across all the platforms. Hey, look, we're speeding here. I'm trying to keep up with chat and it's come on now. There we go. And we've got the station coming up soon. Snakebite, if I can see the station names as we go past them, I might be able to give you notice. Okay. Snake bites, it's handy. I live on this route too, so it won't take me long to learn it either. Yeah, with me getting the North Wales route on Sim Classic, I know the route inside out, really. But I don't know where every signal is, but I'm kind of halfway there already with it being my local route. Super Sprinter, I'm a Class 1 driver. Roads are getting too busy. They are. I was watching a documentary last night about the M1 being built, the Britain's first motorway anyway, and they built it in something like, it was less than 18 months. Various stages were all being built at the same time. It was amazing. What made me laugh though was all the workers who were on all the, all the diggers and all the machinery and all that, and no safety helmets and no high vis jackets. And I think they built about 15 or 50, something really mad, 50 odd bridges or whatever, between London and I think Birmingham. And I thought to myself while I was watching it, I thought, we're stopping in a moment. I thought to myself, whose idea was it to build roads and encourage the growth of personal transport to the point to which it's got, and totally destroy what was a perfect mode of transportation? I mean, you had railways. You had railways all over the place, even in the most rural of places. I've really lost pace with trying to catch up with it when we get to the station. God, I thought that was a yellow light in front of us then. Oh, there's our marker there. But we're going off to the left then. Have we right? Oh, we're late. That must have been that emergency stop. There we go, there's the 12 marker board. Right, get those doors open. Planning timetables, especially pre-computer, seems like a pretty hard task. Mobile Chernobyl. Snake bites. Well, all those DLCs cost me a fortune, but it's cause I go so many. I got this one for £2.50, couldn't say no, especially as it's my home route. So it was yeah, I mean, it was just a bargain. I couldn't believe they were selling it for £2. 50 or whatever it was. Oh, the steam sail has been extended. Cool. Right, so let's get going. I don't think I can really criticise this route for anything, really. Only, you know, I suppose it lacks variety. You know, you've just got the same looking trains on it. It's very much the same kind of scenery all the way. You know, there's no sort of like huge landmarks or... Ooh, we just had a plane go over. Where did it go? Oh, never mind. We missed that. We saw a slight glimpse of it. Got a big car park there. What's that for? Must be a huge supermarket. Good God. Right, where do we go? The steam sail has been extended if you're on steam, anyone. Yeah, this is £2.50 this route I'm playing at the moment. Yeah, there's a plane just gone past. But there's other routes which have got like 70% off. You know, if you've got a bit of change in your back pocket, then just pick them up. Don't even bother researching them, just get them. Because the advantage is that the more routes you buy, whatever locos come with it, layer on to other routes then, and make your routes look more realistic, because you've got, oh look, I've gone into emergency again. I can hear the EAWS now. This is the trouble when you go outside the cab. Sorry everyone. Right, let's get an emergency. Right, let's get going. Right, I'm going to try and stay in the cab. I can't be doing more emergency stops in one journey. I can't keep up with chat, you see. Snake's Bite just said it is ending. If you keep your speed around 75, you're not stopped because local is in front of you. He's like me then, extreme realism. I did the world of subways. Levi's there, hello. I notice a lot of YouTube don't use the HUD because they brake too hard. Yeah. Don't forget, if they change software in a 390, it can do 140. Oh wow, really? So you did look it up then, cool. I just love the extreme realism. Lost myself in chat again. I drive with a rail driver controller too. Wow. They're quite expensive, aren't they? But I think that'll be something definitely on the list in the future. 91s used to do 140 miles an hour around Peterborough years ago. Realism is cool to a point, but I don't want to be filling paperwork out or anything. Yeah, I stopped short. I'm thinking about printed timetables that match the game, so I know when to open and close the doors without the hood. Snake bites, it's become woke, as they say. Yes, I think I know what you mean there. I think we're just straight through to Brighton now, aren't we? God, I'm miles behind this chat. I'm nearly there. My next route will be Birmingham to Crewe. Yes, I'm definitely getting that. That'll be an interesting one to do. I wonder if it'll make the current Birmingham New Street that is currently in the game, whether it'll add even more AI traffic or timetabled additional stock there too. Is there any new locos coming with that Birmingham to Crewe line? I can't remember. I don't remember. I just heard about the release of it, but I didn't check. I don't seem to recall there being any announcement of any particular locos for that. Is it just what's currently available? Beachy and took backhanders for funding motorways rather than railways. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Unfortunately, all these people in positions do take advantage of their positions, don't they? There's been recent stuff in the news about that kind of thing. Why am I braking? Snake bites, yeah, that was pretty steep change the whole way. That the sim felt, though, feels so much more real. Evening Cyprus Railways. Nice to have you on board. We've been doing the... we've been driving the Flying Scotsman up the Riviera, and then we just stumbled into doing this old route, London commuter to Brighton, which is currently, or was, £2.50 in the Steam sale, which is a steal. Oh, I'm really selling this tonight, aren't I? I mean, the routes I should be selling is my ultimate favourites, which is Blackpool branches and Preston to Carlisle, with it being my favourite era of BR Blue. And so therefore I also like a couple of other older routes as well, the Trans-Pennine route and the Tees Valley, if you're into your BR Blue. I think they were available in the sale. Just purchased Preston to Carlisle last night. Cool. Have you given it a whirl yet then? It's a really nice long route, and it's got a bit of everything for everyone in there. That's what's quite good about that route. Not yet, work's been crazy. I bet you're itching to get on it though, aren't you? It's So will this be your first experience with the Class 87? Some people are a little bit frightened or feel intimidated by... I mean, it's quite... a little bit different to drive than most of everything else. I'd say the Class 101 is more difficult to drive than the Class 87. If you're familiar with the Class 101, there is. The only thing with it, when you're learning to drive the 87, is also having the learning curve of the neutral zones, which you need to run down your power. Otherwise your engine's going to switch off. Wow, brilliant. I'm guessing then that you're also going to be looking forward to Just Train's other route, which has been announced, which I guess, going by last year's release, late November. Which is Crewe to Preston. I just saw a 66. Pulling freight. We were saying, weren't we? Doesn't seem to appear on here. So cool. I don't know if that's just AI or whether it's timetabled in. Apologies to anyone if I've not read your message or missed it. I was doing my damnedest at the cost of doing an emergency stop. If you become a regular viewer, if you like my streams, God knows why, but if you do, you're guaranteed some kind of mishap. We had a semi oxen home. Those regulars will know what that means. On my last, was it with the HST? I think it was. I think we overhung by a carriage and a half, something like that. Nothing major, but. And then we stopped at another station at high speed. Throwing coffee everywhere. What is it with coffee? Everybody's into coffee. Right, we got 10 miles. A little bit of a climb here. Too frightened to go out the cab now in case the AWS goes off again. That's something I've noticed when playing Train Sim Classic. I mean, normally when you're outside of the cab in TSW, you can still hear the AWS or DSD go off. For some reason, I'm not hearing it on this route, maybe because it's an old route, but with Train Sim Classic, you don't hear the AWS if you're in the exterior camera. And I'm getting emergency stops quite regularly in there until I get used to it. But it's nice to do outside shots though, you see. Wow, it's really long, isn't it? I'm gonna have to get in that cab in case. It's really weird going from Train Sim World over to Train Sim Classic, because the game is not user friendly as it is in Train Sim World. You can jump straight into Train Sim World and drive straight away, which you can in Train Sim Classic, but and I've noticed Train Sim Classic doesn't take any prisoners when it comes to doing scenarios or wherever. If you're late by a few seconds, you're going to get penalised for it. So I'm not ranking up anyway. It's oh dear. And plus, you've kind of got to play Train Sim Classic with a keyboard. You don't have to, but so that's a learning curve for me, getting used to playing with a keyboard, which is interesting. But I've noticed, I think once I get my muscle memory into the keys, I have a feeling it could be a better way of playing. I can be more responsive to controls anyway, where you're constantly having to faff to do everything with a controller. Where on a keyboard it's just a key, isn't it? Anyway, I'm waffling on. Anybody who's just joined, don't adjust your stream. We are in a tunnel. That's the only sad thing with doing streaming. Can't really do night stuff because there's just nothing to see. But they're good to play on your own though. Right, we've got 75 coming up. Brakes are very easy to control in this. But the suspension on it is making the braking look quite harsh. Gosh, we're almost there. Doesn't time fly? So guys, we're on our way into Brighton for a good old jolly few beers. And we got a yellow coming up. That's a double though, so crossing over. There's another route, I think it's called the East Coast. I don't know what it's called, but there's another route that starts from Brighton that you can buy too. I think that was in the sale. Not as good as this one though, but there's a nice scenario on it with the 66. I think there's a load of rubble or trees that have fallen onto the track, and you have to go and can't remember what you have to do. I don't know if it was to take rolling stock there to go and... Anyway, it's quite a good one to do because you have to use the computers on the Oh, we're early. We've picked up time from our lateness at Gatwick. I hope nobody missed their flights. Oh, we're not going to spad, are we? I thought that was the end of the station. Oh, gee. We'll contact the signature, shall we? Denied. We must have something in the station. Which line is it? It's this one. Have we got something crossing over us? Where have I gone? Yeah, it's gone yellow now anyway. Right. Okay, I haven't, I think, there we go. Brighton, here we come. I think that noise must be the power shutting off as it runs over the points. So I don't know if Brighton Station still looks like this. I can't remember what year this is set in. You know what, I thought that was the stop marker then. It's the... can't see the end with it being a bendy. Got this curve in it. Well, I didn't even see that. Stop there. Right. There we go. We've made it in one piece despite two emergency stops, which I blame on flying around outside with my drone. Let's unlock the doors. Everybody's going out for the day, for their rave up. Cool, the NCPs seem to be reasonably behaving themselves. I was on Train Sim Classic last night, and the NCPs on there are really weird. There was one, he'd walked across and was stood in this doorway here. It was pretty hilarious. But anyway, there you go, guys. I'd like to give a big thank you to everybody who's come along tonight, and those of you who are regulars, that have become regulars. It's been really nice. It makes it all the fun, all the more fun. Yeah, it's quite comforting, and I appreciate it, so thank you. And if you are new, then please do like and subscribe. Be much appreciated. If you enjoyed what you've seen, if you didn't see the beginning of the stream, go back and have a look at the driving the what's it called, the Flying Scotsman on the Riviera Line. So hopefully I'll do another stream sometime later in the week. One evening, probably not tomorrow, but maybe the night after. But I'll try and do another live one, and try and watch out. I may even do a video of one of the scenarios in the week as well. Hopefully at some point when I settle in with doing this, I'll have a specific night for streaming. Anyway, I'll stop babbling. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Have a good evening. Enjoy. Anything I've missed in chat before I go? Doesn't... Oh, someone's tried putting a link up. Yeah, sorry, there's Streamlabs won't allow links. But anyway, thank you very much, everybody. I will catch you on the next one. Thank you for coming.